Alright, here we are with Godbound, the Storms of Yizhao, Episode 3. I'm Devin the GM, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Nicole playing Lao Ling.
Kevin playing Grant.
And P.S. Azazel the goat-headed.
Alright, gang, what happened last episode?
We spoke with beautiful Faye.
Sage Faye.
Sage Faye. She wanted us to turn the altar to be superpowered, and we're like, well, that sounds like a good idea. And then we talked to the prince, and he's like, that's the worst idea. And we're like, oh, you're right. And then we decided to go raiding a little bit.
Just a little bit of raiding.
A little bit. We saved people.
And we learned about a guy called the Breaker of Chains, who's apparently a dude in the woods who has a cult that worships him as a god.
Yes. So we're going to check that out.
Alright, there we go. So, where we last left off, you had found a guy on a crucifix and resurrected him, and he's going to take you to the village where the Breaker of Chains lives.
Which is also in the location where the Runaway Bride village is.
That's right.
That's right, Jay.
That's right, Jay.
What a very happy coincidence.
Runaway wives, little brides. Runaway wives, little brides.
All wives are former brides, so...
They're the same
Do
thing.
you ever stop being a bride? Are you only a bride on the actual wedding? Like, aren't they still bride and groom for the rest of their lives?
You fought a moose last episode.
Isn't it just another word for husband and wife?
We did fight a moose.
Life was a fucking nightmare.
And then we killed it, and skinned it. And spread its gore across the land.
Bride is the one who's about to be married and who's newlywed.
Yeah, bride, a woman on her wedding day or just before or after the event. There you go.
Look at that.
So they don't run away from the altar going, no, I don't want commitment.
You never know.
I mean, they did run away from an altar.
Different altar.
Alright, let me just pause. And we're back. So, you were brought to the village of Volcany by this, as I said before, Colombian man who you brought off the cross. Volcany is a ragtime village. It's very ramshackle. Everything here looks new. Captain Artifice the Craftman with your goat eyes. You can tell that this place was only put together about 6 months ago. Like, it's a super new village. There's maybe... Oh, what am I looking at here? 100, 200 people here tops. And they're all Raktian, except for the guy with you.
All Raktian.
Yeah. Yeah, they are all on edge when you come in because you look like freaks. And there's that guy they murdered. What do you do?
We want to see your Breaker of Chains.
They'll start whispering amongst themselves. They all have the tattoo the Raiders had. And that standard of broken chains is everywhere. The iconography's all over the place. There's shrines and stuff that have been erected, and a central one to some sort of woman statue with like chain iconography everywhere. I'm who you seek, the man says. He's approaching warily. Young Raktian man. He looks hale and healthy. He has kind of like a strong, sturdy build to him.
I look at Link, whether he's lying.
That's him.
Okay.
He has a Colombian woman with a baby with him. She's young and attractive. And he kind of walks up, like he doesn't have. He has like a metal stick with him, basically like a staff. Like he has a weapon with him, and he approaches you guys warily, especially when he sees the dead guy. What business do you have here in Volcany? Strangers.
We're looking for some missing women. I say, glancing at the one that's standing right there.
We're investigating Yizhao.
That's interesting. Land came from Yizhao. Others also fled here, but they moved on.
Where to?
Raktian.
Really?
Or parts unknown.
Did they explain why?
He gestures to Lan, like she kind of steps forward. I had to leave the city.
Why?
Heaven commanded it.
I'm assuming you mean the altar?
Heaven told me that I had adultered and this child was not my husband's, and that I had to leave. So I got up in the middle of the night and left and couldn't stop myself.
So who is the child's father?
I don't know. Heaven just told me it was so.
But
Surely you remember the man you adultered with.
I wasn't aware I had until Heaven told me I had. Istvan here took me in and freed my mind of the fugue state it had put on me.
And I'm assuming she's not lying.
No. She's not.
Zazel, you're able to figure out heritage, aren't you?
Yeah. And look at the child and
The child is
Hers.
her kid and is some other guy's kid.
You don't have him here, or the husband here this time, so...
well, it's hers.
Yes, she kind of clutches the baby closer. I know. I was there.
A fucking Fey focus here. It's like, let me see the child. Just let me hold it for a second.
I'm gonna get another right.
Once you pop, you just don't stop.
Oh man. So that's interesting. Had you or have either any of you spoken to the other women?
The man she gestured to, Istvan, the breaker of chains. Yes, I spoke to several of them after I had cleared the ensorcelments on them.
Did they have similar stories?
Yes. Heaven told them they had to leave.
Because specifically they had adultered?
Yes.
That lines up with what the prince said about,
Lust and betrayal. But they don't remember or have had adultered.
So, Academy of Thought?
Pardon?
Academy of Thought then?
Yeah.
Like, can you check whether their minds have been altered or something?
Yeah, I can probably use Academy of Thought or something like that to...
If you inspect her mind, any ensorcelments or changes made to her mind have been completely undone. She's not missing anything.
So she's not remembering anything?
Yeah, she's fine. She's totally... Her brain is not altered. It's been hit with powerful magic, the same type of magic you guys have. Just for disenchantment.
It's not even that she doesn't remember, she did not adulter. Looks like the prince may have been wrong about the altar not being broken.
Yeah.
huh. Worrisome.
Very. Especially considering all these young women ran away for no reason.
Because it commanded them, forced them to.
Yes.
If the altar itself is broken, then that may be the issue.
Exactly.
No big,
Well, we should maybe... Who was your husband?
She gives you a name. He's a higher up Jinsei. All the women's husbands were.
What's the connection?
Oh, they all are Jinsei, so that's interesting. The shrine says they adultered, but they hadn't. But perhaps we should check the baby's lineage anyhow. Have Azazel meet the father. And we should be able to confirm that that's not true, and then we should be able to go from there. If it's broken, it's going to be a lot easier to convince the governor to shut it down.
Yeah, true. If they believe our word over their altar of heaven.
That's also true of Begin saying that... Well, no, because it would just be that the fact that it wasn't supposed to be turned off in the first place, and they did it wrong when they tried to reinstate it.
Hey, true. And if that's the case, you'll be able to come back.
If you want to.
No, I wouldn't be able to.
Why not?
The child's not my husband's.
If the altar's wrong.
We can
Heaven?
And maybe the altar. I guess we don't know for a fact that it was.
I also ran away.
If that's a compunction on the altars. Well, very well. You don't need to come back anyways. If you wanted to, we could probably work it out. But if you don't want to, then
I just couldn't face my husband after this, especially after the donations we made to the shrine for the fertility treatments. It'd be such a slap in the face to him.
fertility treatments.
Yes, we had spent a lot of time trying to get a son, and we had gone to the Shrine of the Blue Goat for fertility treatments. Many women do.
That was the paperwork.
Many noble women.
Yes. It's famous.
What do these fertility treatments involve?
Praying at the Shrine of the Blue Goat,
That's it.
meeting with the abbots, going through just ritual cleansing in a sealed room.
Interesting.
That could be a lead.
Definitely. I don't know how it could happen without an act of adultery. But magic exists, so we definitely should check it out anyways. Especially because that's the paperwork that the center told us to get. That right there is a huge... Wow. Well, thank you. Is there anything else we need or want to do here?
If you want to press her, all the other women that came through here also went to the shrine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if they have that information, definitely.
You'll be able to get that from just casual conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to go talk to Abbot Fu. Um,
Well, thank you, Breaker. Do you need anything from us?
No.
No, he doesn't.
there's this whole thing happening right now about this city existing and not being raided.
We'll refrain from marking this on the map, or tell them not to go here. Danger.
Fair. They do know it's here, though. To be fair, like that, they're the ones who told us that the city was here.
Oh, yeah.
This is literally a Ratine village, and they're raiding. They're raiders.
Oh, yeah,
this
you
is
are.
exactly what they want.
Oh, you actually? I didn't realize they actually were raiders.
That's why the raiders have the chains on them.
I thought they were just a different. Like I thought they were like they ran away.
You just
from
haven't
this-
interacted with this event at all to let him know what his deal is.
I mean, this could be raided to follow the same religion. Doesn't mean, that
I
these
mean,
are also...
they're raiders. They prey on people and they take prisoners.
How should we address this?
Kevin's making a gun motion.
Smite.
They worship you as a god.
I try to discourage it, but it does occur. It helps push forward the miracles that the saint has put upon us. Saint Marta.
She a Rakton saint?
Yes. She spoke to me months ago and led me here and put me on the holy task of freeing my people from the noblemen and the bourgeoisie.
But they're not your people.
The Raktian people?
We're on this side of the border.
Raktia.
I always forget where the border is.
You're probably going to want to pull a bit further away from the Dolomite border.
That's impossible. This is a holy site. This is sacred ground.
Why?
It's where the saint touched down and imbued me with her miracles. That's how I was able to free the land from her compulsions and strike down the noblemen that came hunting for their freed serfs. We've had to raid into Columbia to gather supplies and weaponry and resources because we can't strike back at the noblemen yet. We're building our power.
Out of character, I know it wasn't on purpose that he mispronounced Dolombi, but it's funny that the foreigner mispronounced Dolombi. That's great.
Right?
Well, they're a threat to Dolanby. This is exactly what we came out here to deal with.
Yes, precisely. However, I don't want the lady and her kid to get killed.
We can aim around.
Wow.
Resurrect her.
You can aim around. Jesus fucking Christ.
What sort of miracles besides breaking mental compulsions did the Saint grant you?
Power, strength, resilience. I struck down an entire raiding party. I was able to undo the mercenaries' bond to their leader. I have the power to free people of their enslavement to the capitalistic and monetary streaks that force people into a servant class. Coin has no value when I strike at it. Egalitarian freedom. People working together for the people of the people.
Communist.
I'm sitting here like, that's just not how society works. You can't have a society like that.
You stupid
They're
bitch.
living in a commune.
Right?
Also, the fact that he's, from what he's saying, it means that if they send the horse lords here, they'll just be pulled away from their loyalty to.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a huge problem.
Oh no!
We're free raiders now.
Do we want to just hit him with triple smites here?
Kind of, yes.
Can we send, like, he's not one of us. Can we, or is he? Can we send
He's divine. You can sense power inside of him, the same kind that thrums in you.
If we kill this guy, though, they'll all scatter, I'm pretty sure.
Scattering's fine.
Yeah, then they can hunt them.
They're just people.
People hunting, Kevin.
Exactly.
But it's type.
Sports.
Alright.
Yeah, you actually can't grapple or bind him. He has an invincible defense against it.
Oh, that's fine. We're not going to bind him.
Well, that's fine. Godbound doesn't have grapple rules anyway.
Shh, don't mention it.
I would like to use a music smite.
Are you just starting the combat?
I think I'm gonna. Can we pause though? Because I don't know what the music smites are like.
Let's pause. And we're back. So you were talking to the Breaker of Chains, Istvan, and just out of nowhere, what did you do, Nicole?
So I was, like I always do while we're talking, playing my musical instrument fairly calmly, which also has hidden cues in there for letting these guys know if people are lying. And then all of a sudden I just do basically a power chord on it, and destruction happens. For the listeners,
music smite?
yes, my musical instrument has, like, it's an artifact and it has shutting down the sky, which does in a 40-foot wide per level, 500-foot long cone, destroys all stone, glass, wood, or metal. Anything larger than a suit of armor, destroyed, gone. Also does 1d6 plus 2 straight damage per level on mobs, and 1 damage per level on enemies. So yeah. Basically the only one that's fine is
Woman and baby?
yeah, and if there's a prisoner pen, those guys
There isn't
are
a prisoner pen.
okay,
They don't
then
take
yeah.
prisoners here. That was just the...
They free the
Okay.
prisoners here.
So it's time for combat. As you fucking shred him with music. He takes 3 damage, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, so the large mob of peasants that gathered behind him that were ready for a fight lose half their members as they drop dead from explosions. But, Grant,
Oh, yeah, they all fall wounded with their eardrums thoroughly ruptured.
from withholding the mercy, a death power.
Please let us die.
Okay, so Captain, so East Yvonne, the Breaker of Chains, the Parasite God.
Ah.
There it is. Takes 3 damage and goes to 12 hit points.
That's nice of him.
Ow.
Oh, traitors! Or Dolumbians. I don't know. He screams out something.
Bourgeoisie!
He yells out something that's much more appropriate than what I yelled out. And a combat begins. Nicole went first. It's your two's turn.
And Smith don't do straight damage, it's just multiple die, right?
That's right.
Unless you take the mobs with AoE.
Yeah, we're not talking about mobs. We're talking about you doing that one straight boom, Divine Wrath.
Yeah.
Alright, gonna death smite him. So, Grant snaps his fingers on his horrible claw. Death to false kings. And smites him with, mist.
Roll the 3d8.
Yeah, I did. 5 damage.
Oh my Christ. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. He doesn't have a no-sell. And then it's Piotr.
I guess I'm going to smite him with fertility for 4 damage. So yeah, just various vines erupting from him.
All right.
Effort committed. That's us.
Wait, well, what damage did you do?
4.
Okay. That's the important part.
How much damage, or how much HP does this guy have?
He had 15. He has significantly less now.
Oh man! Oh man, that's so much better than I thought.
He's down to 3 hit points.
Oh, Jesus Lord, I thought we were in for a rough fight here, buddies.
He's like some
starting you at level 3 was a mistake.
He's some shitty teenager.
All right, his go.
Whoever's on my character sheet, please move your cursor because it's like in the middle of one of my things and it's really annoying.
Okay, so his turn. There, I moved it. His turn. He is going to come at you, brah. He's coming at you hot. He's coming in hot here. What's your AC, bitch?
7. It's really bad.
Why is your AC so high?
I'm not a combat character,
Should I
guys.
knit you a leather armor that would be better than yours?
I just like hide under the moose's belt like that.
All right, he hits you twice. He's coming in swinging for 2d8 straight damage. 9 damage.
How much HP do I have? 20. Okay, so I'm going to use Verse of Deathless Glory.
Okay. Is that like an instant thing?
Yes, it's instant.
It's good to know. It's good to know. Very cool.
One moment. It might have only been if it was a death blow. Let me reread this.
Yeah, it's a death blow only.
Yeah, who would otherwise be defeated? Never mind. It doesn't really specify, but
All right. Well, he's coming in for the second round of attacks against you because you die.
Put away my D20.
So he's coming in hot again. Miss. Wow, I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ, he misses.
What's his plus to hit?
10.
Jeez.
Wait, what's your AC?
7. So
3 and a 4.
Yeah.
I'm not used to her ACs being so shitty. Oh, he hit you twice. Get fucked. I almost let you off scot-free.
Murder.
1 and a 6. 7 damage.
I take no damage this turn because I'm going to use Verse of Deathless Glory.
But you had 20 hit points and you only took 16 damage. You have 4 left.
Yeah. Not yet.
I hate that that's what it does. It didn't really...
Don't worry, you actually can't die around me.
Also,
Well-
if you did die, you'd go into your power coma.
Yeah.
And, okay, so he comes in swinging at you. He starts wailing on the minstrel over and over again, beating you up. He's punching you in the face. You're Steve from Stranger Things. You're in no way equipped to deal with this situation. And it's your guys' turn.
Does
What about the
mob
mob?
attack?
Also, we did half damage to them, so I think they have to roll morale.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you have to look up the rules.
No, I know the rules for
Is it
morale.
D12?
No, it's 2d6.
Free dice?
No, it's... Oh, yeah, Frey Dice, people. Throw your Frey Dice at this mob.
Oh.
8. Woohoo! 2 damage.
1 damage.
2 damage.
So 2, 4, 5, so 11, 10, 9, 8. So it's down to 7 hit points. But yeah, it's 2d6, and you have to roll
Below.
under their morality,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Because if it's morality... Wait,
Well-
but what if they have morale 12? Then you can't...
Exactly. So, if you roll under, they're fine. If you roll over, they panic. That's why you set things to 12 when you want to beat them.
I think if
super
you mean
low.
it, they also panic. So
Like an undead horde. If it's at 12, it's hard.
Mm.
No, it's easy to succeed. Okay.
Yeah.
Math was fucking me up. I rolled a
No.
9. So
Snine.
is that bad or good?
What's
It's
their morale?
morale.
7.
Then
Then
bad.
they fail.
They flee.
Okay. Sorry, the math, the morality mechanics, I'm not getting.
It's not
The
morality.
Yeah, it's called morale.
It's morale, but not morality. That's entirely
It's
different
not
thing.
Chronicles of Darkness.
I reject Christ.
I'm a beast.
All right. They run. They run screaming on music fire.
I'm sitting there like playing my music in his brain. I'm like, that's right, bitch. While he's like,
He's skeeving the shit out of you.
If only he would grab your thing instead of bashing you on the head with your.
he probably couldn't break it because it's an
It's
artifact.
not.
It's your collective turns.
Oh.
Can you do 3 damage? Are you bad enough to do 3 damage to this man?
I would like to go first to try.
I'm anointed by Saint Marta. I'm a 5-star man.
The only other damage power I have is my psychic powers.
Okay. He's completely new to psychic powers, I think.
Just.
It's not a compulsion; it's damage.
I didn't say compulsion though.
No, I know. I'm pretty sure that I thought his thing was he's immune to compulsions, not just psychic powers. But
No. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. That's lame.
haha.
But probably
Funny
he has
if he
good
was-
saves though. So.
Oh, probably.
Oh yeah, I don't have to roll. He has to save.
You could also just smite him.
Just normal smite.
Oh, I can't. Can you do that even though I just use this one of my instruments?
Oh no, you totally can. You're fucked.
Yeah, I just use my instruments. It's not my smite, it's my instruments, but I still can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a 10+ save, and he can auto save. So
Oh, well then.
he fails, and he'll spend effort to auto save. He's good.
Hmm.
What's up, Grant? Are we gonna take you for granted?
What's his AC?
You go ahead.
His AC is 5. Get some full plate, dog.
Yep, hits.
Oh my god.
4, 6, 7, 8. So that's 2 damage.
He has 1 left, Grant.
Do it.
Grant walks over to where that statue of Saint whatever her face was, and picks up one of her hands. Kind of hefts it a few times. That's a 1.
So he drops it.
You actually fumbled.
Yep. You can't spend willpower to re-roll,
No,
can you?
there's no.
Well,
weapon.
unless you have that bow gift that lets you, if you would have succeeded, failed, and it's instant, and you miracle it.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna reweave action.
Time control.
Yeah, to roll back
He's like-
before I drop that.
Grant's
Is
like, that was embarrassing.
Let's pause and take a look at that time control
That never
power.
happened.
All right, you try to reweave, and he saves and foils the reweaving, and he is gonna wail on Nicole some more.
You're taking it like a champ.
You said you'd be cool. Season 2 of Stranger Things is amazing.
All the Stranger Things.
Unless you probably don't want to spoil it. Since
No one's spoiling anything.
I'm just saying.
You fucking fuck. Hit, 27 and 28 respectively. Oh, plus your AC.
Which is 7.
So he really hit you.
I'm not supposed to be in the front lines of
11
the
damage.
attack. So that would kill me, so I guess I'm going to
Yes.
use my thing.
Your word gift, your
Yeah.
your magic.
Please no.
Verse of Deathless Glory. So I don't take any harm this turn.
All right.
Uncle.
Playing away at my musical instrument while he wails on me.
All right. So he's gonna spend his entire turn punching you though, because you can use activate that basically anytime.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or no, he'll spend a second turn beating up. What's your hit point total?
20.
What's your hit point?
20.
How much
Alright.
would it have? How much damage did you do his first turn?
I told you how much.
It's like,
He has 4
Killed or
attacks.
killed
He
you?
did 2 on you. Anyway, I'm attacking Grant.
Okay.
Like he did that 11 damage to you on his first turn.
-7. Okay.
Okay.
What's your IC?
1.
Oh shit! I rolled 2 dice at once. Hit.
Okay.
Hit.
Okay.
Plus 10 is really good.
Yep.
5 damage. I
Okay.
included your DR. Do you have your DR on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I included that. 5 damage.
Yeah, come on, kid. Come on.
Alright, it's your guys' turn. Can you do a single point of damage to
Who wants
this?
to finish him off with a smite?
Just do it. Just hit him. Don't waste any more.
I'm doing it.
Do it, Nicole.
Just hit him with your harp.
Clank.
Wait, I don't have to roll.
Are you smiting?
Yeah.
Oh, please roll ones on every single fucking
I don't
die.
have to, isn't it? No, it's,
The damage dice, if you roll low enough, it'll do no damage.
but it's 3 points of damage per character level.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Wow.
have 2 effort in my fucking incident.
Then he dies.
Yeah. Man, I really carried that fight, guys. I mean, I don't do that, obviously.
Second spring. That'll make you 5 damage.
Oh, thank you.
And also heal those mob guys that can run away as well a
So
little
I'm
bit.
at 9. Oh, they also would have taken a bunch more damage if they were here, but they ran away already, so.
No, those that were killed the first round that were withheld the mercy, I heal
they're
them
on
up so they can hobble away. Like a merciful god.
I'm at 9 HP right now.
The woman with her baby are super upset that you killed her husband. She married that guy.
Wow, now you're double unfaithful.
Did you get a formal divorce?
It doesn't exist in Dulumbai. What year do you think it is?
I suggest you let us accompany you to safety.
Where is safety? Where?
Develop better tasting
I'm
man.
going to play some music to calm her the fuck down.
Alright, I'm gonna put some mind control magic on her.
Yeah.
Alright, she's fine. We'll fix it. Give her some chocolate.
To calm the calamity that is
So
her
what did the
marriage.
guy have on him?
Jesus Christ.
Literally nothing.
Into the blender he
Did he have
goes.
like a shot or something?
No. No, he didn't have fuck all on him. I'm looking at it.
Well, someone else in the module had a shot.
Yes, the woman, she gave it to you.
There were 2.
Yeah, the other one comes from breaking the altar.
Okay.
Yeah. He's super dead.
We should escort her to safety, but like we can't take her back to Yizhao.
Does the party boat count as Yichao?
No, like she could totally come to the party boat if she wants.
Yeah, she'll be safe there. And until we deal with this...
Can you stay below decks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Party on, Darth.
with the barrels. Oh, let's set this thing on fire.
This flattened town.
No, this guy.
Alright. He is, you set his body ablaze.
There we go. I don't know what he was, but I really don't want him coming back.
Good point.
Disappointing.
He just
Okay.
wanted to free his people.
Well, my face is slightly less fucked up right now, thanks to Azazel.
Not so pretty now.
Jesus.
One of deception, you get liars to be pretty.
You guys take a
Makeup.
rest. Take a fucking knee.
Yeah.
Y'all take a knee.
So,
Knee, knee, knee.
this one severe threat to the raiding party's gone.
2 if we count the moose.
Oh yeah, we definitely count the moose.
It was pretty easy for us, but it probably would have wrecked them.
Yeah.
We rest the fuck up. How long does healing take in this?
Just a night, I think. Doesn't take that
I
long.
think would you heal like your level per day? But then I can do more second springs and heal.
No, you totally heal when you rest for the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is Godbound, motherfucker.
Okay.
Don't
No,
you
this-
ever forget.
None of this fucking tracking HD per level nonsense.
Yeah, we supernaturally heal.
Alright.
Okay.
Is this as far as we had to scout?
Yeah, that was it. This is the last bit on it.
Alright, let's
so
head back.
3 days back.
We take what's her name with us?
So it's going to take 3 days for you to get back to Yizhao.
Yep.
All right. When you arrive back, the city has been hit by another storm.
Oh shit! Well, that was unavoidable. So
Yeah. So, like, buildings have been blown apart, there's dead being thrown into a cart, the smell of charred flesh is in the air, and they're just dealing with the aftermath.
who's overseeing the cart of dead?
Just a guy.
Everyone kind of knows who we are, right?
Kinda, yeah, you're foreign gods.
I kind of flag him down. Hey. I need those dead to remain unsanctified and delivered somewhere where I can access them. I can bring them back.
He just kind of looks at you like he doesn't know what to do.
Grant just kind of looks over at the corpse and just brings someone back. A noble person, preferably. So, yeah.
Alright, they'll give you an area to resurrect them.
Right, I need an area. I need to put these bodies where I can have access to them. They're like, oh.
Unsanctified.
Right, specifically
Fuck no.
unsanctified. They're like, I need an adult.
Yeah.
1,000 of your unsanctified bodies.
So I'm gonna take a while. Probably not 1,000. There's probably a few.
Just
Like a dozen people.
Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna take that long to bring them back. Commit effort for the day, so I can bring back like 4 a day.
Yeah, by the time it's halfway to the next storm, you'll have resurrected all the ones that died from this storm.
Perfect. And we'll have to deal with the storm before the next storm hits.
Alright, yeah, so that can be arranged. You'd, like, put them somewhere.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering, because I remember in the last time we tried this, when he tried to save people, the city punished him.
That was trying to stop the storm directly, and it
Yeah.
struck me with lightning.
Okay.
This one, I'm just bringing them back from the dead.
Fair. I just wanted to know.
necromancy.
So, yeah, you go meet with Toman, or the horseman. How did it go?
We took out some major threats and left behind the raiders and bandits. That
Perfect. Let me see the map.
Good.
Perfect. Well,
The city? There was like a bunch of bandits there. They scattered.
they'll regroup. Perfect.
anything else you need? Anything to report?
No, that should be good. I'm just gonna... Yeah, you guys are great. If you want any of our people to help out with your guys' little settlements and stuff, I'll vouch for you. We'll set up payment and whatnot, but this isn't a service we offer just anyone.
Could always use a little more prayer thrown our way, so... Hey.
I'm at Tobin Horse Raiders.
Oh, that too.
Perfect. Yeah, no, we'll talk.
Excellent.
All right.
Put this little shrine here, just in case.
And I'll talk to the governor about that. I'll let him know that you gave us a hand on that.
Alright, was there anything else we needed right now? With Toman?
No?
Okay.
That's it.
Let's go investigate what's his name then.
The husband.
Yes.
All right. The husband is in his house. He's out on the front porch, just hanging out.
Greetings.
Hello. You don't even have to approach him. As
Yeah, I was just gonna say, actually, we don't need to talk to him. We should just walk by, as they should just be like, ocular
Guilt
pat
eyes.
down.
Ocular pat down, assess him for a threat.
Yeah.
All right, you know what he looks like gene-wise.
Okay.
Nice
Compare that to the baby.
Not even close.
Okay. Well, that's a negative.
Okay.
So the altar is actually right about that.
Somehow, because she didn't.
Shrine of the Blue Goat.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. As you're walking through the streets, people are talking about the new scandal. That woman that was wife to that accountant guy from a few days ago that went to the Shrine of the Blue Goat. She's run off.
They're gonna get themselves killed.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you approach the incense district to go to the Shrine of the Blue Goat. Alright, so you scan the guy, and now you're going to head to the incense district.
Yes.
The incense district is full of shrines. It's a little better kept than most of the city. It has, churches and temples and all sorts of things. And up against the wall of the city's defensive bulwark is a rectangular wooden stone structure that is the Shrine of the Blue Goat. The front of it has steps, and the doors are open, allowing all the public to come in to the rectangular inner sanctum. And there's priests and stuff just tending to the area, changing out incense and whatnot.
Mosey on Lords.
All right. The interior of the courtyard has trees and stuff in it, and there's a nice little bas relief in the background of the Shrine of the Blue Goat, but it's made of stone. And along the walls of the inside rectangle are individual heavy cells for prayer and contemplation. And the front of the rectangle part where the doors are open are little prayer altars that women are praying in front of.
I guess those little rooms are where well, I guess we should ask someone. Yeah. I'll go up to one of the priests or whatever.
All right, it is a older man. Hello.
Hi there.
You're I know your name. It's help me.
I'll strum my instrument. Lao Ling.
Lao Ling, yes. I heard you were in town.
Yes.
Are you giving any performances? Poetry readings?
I may, although right now we're investigating the storms.
Oh.
Yes. These are my compatriots, Grant.
The Half-Man.
That's me.
And Azazel.
Pleasure.
Yep.
So we were wondering, are these the rooms that the women pray in when they are coming for the fertility services?
Yes, these are the isolation rooms.
Would we be able to view one?
Sure, one is unoccupied right now.
Yes, excellent, thank you.
So walk on in and start examining.
It is a sturdy, reinforced room with a bed, chamber pot, shrine, and a lighting lantern, for light at night. That's fertility.
That guy.
There is the wooded, this is all wood on the inside. The floor has a hatch that's concealed by the designs of the floor.
We close the door.
The priest is in there with you, hanging out.
Let's,
Can we examine this by ourselves?
It's not. I mean, I suppose. He kind of just steps outside awkward.
it's fine if he's awkward.
We'll be right out.
Oh, okay.
So what's this about?
There's an interior locking bar on the inside of the door. It's a very thick iron door.
Lock it up, and then open up the hatch down.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't even see that there.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's pretty well put together.
It's very interesting. Except that
I peek in,
Tunnel network.
and it goes everywhere. Go in.
I don't know what to make of this. Because we've already established that the women hadn't slept with anybody.
Magic.
What do you mean?
Sorcerers sneaking in and, using their
Yes, actually, that makes a lot of sense. They didn't sleep with anyone, but they're sneaking in and putting magic on them.
occult
obviously.
sex magic,
Or
yes.
something.
I read it in a book.
The tunnels go through. It goes through to all the other cells here, and there's one that heads up further into the monastery, into the abbot's bedroom, which is empty.
Okay.
He's not there.
I'm going to get out.
All right, you're in his bedroom. It's a simple abbot's room.
I'm gonna examine it, see if I can find anything occulty.
Treatises on fertility rituals and stuff, Delumbian chi manuscripts. Nothing really out of the ordinary.
What do you make of this?
I don't know, like I said.
Well,
You're the...
do we need to confront him?
Yeah, with what, though? We can't just be going at him with... What? There's tunnels underneath? How old are these tunnels?
It is actually very odd that there are tunnels under here.
Yeah.
That is alarming considering the women are locked in there overnight to pray.
Going to his bedroom?
Yes.
Yeah. But we know for a fact he didn't do anything physically untoward.
Exactly.
So...
I'm very confused about it, but perhaps you can explain why these tunnels are here.
How old do they look, though?
You have to ask this Hazel.
Yeah. How old do they look?
Century,
Wars?
more than? Yeah, Ragtime War era.
Yeah. Very old.
Well, he obviously didn't build them then. He's only been here for a year. Guess maybe the past abbots of this shrine weren't as chaste as perhaps their position would allow.
Or if they're that old, it might be a shelter. Women are locked in there. Though, if it's only connected to the abbots, that's...
Well, it might not have been a bedroom back in the day.
Could easily not have been.
I have no idea what to make of this. There's fertility rituals documents here, but...
I mean, those are par for the course for a fertility
Exactly.
wellness center.
Can I, like... If I read these documents, do they give me any kind of insight? I have the word of knowledge. I'm pretty smart.
I have the word of fertility.
You have the word of fertility!
Yeah, if you both look over them, they're pretty comprehensive documents on the type of, like, spiritual resolutions to women being infertile or for increasing their fertility and even, like, trying to, like, change it up so that they'll have more sons.
Oh, wow.
And, like, safer, like, child carrying and birth and stuff and, like, different, like dietary stuff to apply to, like, you know, in the event that they get, like, sick or, you know, have, like, complications that are rare from, like, family illnesses.
It sounds like it should be helping people. I don't understand what's wrong, what's happening.
I don't know, you think there's a way to fuck it up so badly that you, cross some wires?
I don't know. I don't know how, but if these tunnels are the things that are doing it, like if a sorcerer is sneaking into the rooms where the women are sleeping or praying, presumably they'd have to go through the abbot's bedroom, or it would be the abbot.
Or another cell.
Fair.
Not all of them are used.
Fair, not all of them are used every night. That's also a point.
Yeah, someone could easily walk in through any of the others.
Could be any of the abbots that live here, or any of the priests or whatever. They're probably the only ones that would be here enough to know about them, or someone that's very, very old. And we know that the person causing these problems, well, no, all the women are usually fairly high class, so it has nothing to do with that.
And the abbot's a relative new addition. You've seen from the notes we stole.
Yeah, well, the abbot has been here for a year, and that year is when this problem started.
A week after he took over.
Yeah, a week after he took over. That cannot be a coincidence.
You're right, that doesn't bode well for him.
I'm not finding anything here, unless we, like, seriously, with our word, like, with our words and everything, we're not finding anything secret in here.
No.
Okay. Just wanting to double check that. So,
I guess we come back.
the only thing I can think to do is to confront him.
Yeah.
Yeah? Are we wanting to put any of our other things in motion before we do so, just in case?
Such as?
The prince?
And Faye wanted us to talk with her again. Not that we have to. No, that we know for sure, certain we're not going to.
Yeah, I don't see the point in talking to her again if we're not going to do what she wants. She'll just be angry that we're not doing what she wants.
I don't think she has it in her to be outwardly angry. Mine.
Well, no, that would be improper, but I mean, there's no point to talking to her. All it would do is cause her distress and cause us having to waste our time. It wouldn't...
Dude, you never fucking went and talked to her after you talked to the prince.
Yeah?
You just left for a week.
Yeah.
You bitch!
I'm sure she understands in her infinite patience and womanliness.
Shall we, instigate the prince first and then talk to
What?
this guy?
The prince replacement thing?
Yes.
Oh yeah, by all means. I mean, that's nothing I...
Yes, we should do that now then. Get the prince to our boat. We'll leave with him later. Now that everything's coming to a head, we should do that now, because we still want to get him out of here regardless.
I mean, aren't we sticking around for a while after we solve this? This is when we're...
We need to shut down the altar. No, he needs to stay there for a while.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, never mind. We are going to go talk to the abbot. Let's leave through the tunnel again.
Yeah.
Just let us out.
10 minutes
We'll
later.
go back to that room and leave.
He's still there, that priest. It's like, you got really quiet for a while there.
We had to do a very thorough search. We put everything back as much as we could.
Okay.
My lies are completely flawless, and also, it's not really a lie, so he believes
So it's not
me.
flawless.
He believes you, and there's 2 other people in there. We're just like, yeah, that's what happened. The sex god, who's a known sex god, and this dwarf.
It didn't even occur to me that's what he was thinking.
Yeah, good job, Catamite.
Goat.
We just defiled.
What did you just call me?
Blame Max, he taught us that word.
We're just leaving, and it cuts back to him, and he's just pouring oil all over the inside of that room. Walks
Salt.
in.
Salt. Salt spread purity.
What's your name?
Lee.
Lee. Excellent. If I do put on a show, which I most likely will, I'll make sure that you get in.
Well, thank you.
Do priests marry in this culture?
No.
No, so it's just him. Okay. We will go.
Purity.
You'll go where?
Oh, we need to add. Sorry.
Where's the abbot?
Where is the abbot? Abbot Fu?
Abbot Fu. Oh, he was just he's just in the sanctum, talking to a one of the Jin's husbands that are here. Would you like to speak with him?
Definitely,
Yes.
I don't want to disturb him, but
I'll let him know to reach out. Just hang out here in the courtyard for a bit.
thank you.
An hour goes by. And a older man, maybe in his mid-40s, wearing abbot's clothing, I don't Google it, with like a little kind of embroidery of a blue goat on his robes, comes out to greet you. He's smiling.
Not for long.
Hmm?
Not for long.
Oh, the foreign divinities.
Greetings, abbot.
That's us.
Hey, say so.
Okay, look him over.
You give him your unocular pat down with fertility.
Fertility.
Yeah, he's the father.
Connection. Oh.
So I'm playing my musical instrument, but you don't have a musical instrument to cue me in, so that's not helpful.
You just walk over and just lick his face. It's like, that's the sign.
Don't do that.
That's the signal. He'll lick whoever we have to kill.
It's especially not good because Lee might see that. He's just not going to take.
We all need music, so we
I
can
don't need those
communicate entirely
rumors.
through sound.
But yes, I'm assuming you give us some kind of meaningful nod or something. Or I don't know.
Roll my goat eyes.
Okay.
Well, roll them and there's normal human eyes behind them.
Oh, that's so gross.
Just ring your cowbell.
They're take a
Once for yes.
You give a signal.
Huh.
So, what brings you to my shrine? None of you here can really partake of our services. Do you have any prospective brides?
Oh, no.
I'm always on the lookout for a potential bride, but no, not at the moment.
Oh, blasphemous. He laughs.
Okay, I don't even get how that was blasphemous. Okay.
I'm trolling for bitches all the time, and I want you to help me knock them up. Come on, man.
Okay,
Jesus
fair.
Christ.
Fair.
He takes it in good spirit because you're an iconoclast.
You're meant to be eccentric. He's like, oh, you're just naturally slutty. It's okay.
God. First lead, now the abbot. I'm getting a reputation in this town.
Getting.
We
You
were
bought some people last week.
That's not against the traditions.
You took them and added them to the fucking goat
Okay,
cult.
I did put them in the orgy mode, but
Jesus fucking Christ. Getting after
that. Okay, the
Oh.
parade float boat is just how we travel.
The party mode.
Not everyone is involved in the orgy. The concept never
Well, the
ends
undead
orgy.
certainly aren't.
I actually hope not.
The party boat's an independent zone. It's ruled by the Navy rules. Whatever.
It's a nation state.
The rules don't apply.
Take to the sea!
International waters.
Maritime law!
Here we can think the most illegal of thoughts.
Okay.
Wow.
Abbott, would you mind if we spoke to you privately?
Oh, sure. I'll just take you through the sanctum. I was just attending to one of our patrons. Yeah, so the rectangle has stairs on either side of it at the back of this area where the cells are, and they both lead to an inner sanctum, which is a nice curated bonsai garden with sand rake stuff, and there is a lapis lazuli relief of the blue goat. And there's tea and seats and stuff.
Oh, perfect.
He pours you tea.
So, as the abbot, are there specific rites that you alone do for these women, or
Not really. The priests in here and myself are all versed in the different rites that the Shrine of the Blue Goat performs, and they're fairly interchangeable.
Leal chief lies.
Yeah.
Truth.
That's the truth?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's nothing special he does for the women here.
I
It's
also
the-
can tell if you're being deceitful. So if you're avoiding a way to say something.
No, he doesn't. He's not even aware that you're asking about. He doesn't know he's being interviewed.
Okay, fair.
Anyway, what was I saying on his behalf? No, it's the tradition and the efficiency of these rites passed down from the previous custodians, going all the way back, that makes the shrine as successful as it is.
So, from what I understand, success has been a little less so lately. A lot of women who come here have been disappearing.
I don't know what's going on with the city. Ever since the Altar of Heaven started throwing retributions down, things have been chaotic. Perhaps the stress of living on the border is getting to some of these people. New brides and all. It's hard to find stability when you're just getting married. It's very hard for a lot of new brides here in Columbia, if you don't know. It's often a very stressful and harrowing time until the first sun comes, if the first sun comes.
You have a lot of rituals to ensure that there is a sun, it seems.
We try to ensure that, but such things aren't really that replicatable.
For you, maybe.
Yes, for us.
We have noticed a pattern, though, that the women who've been disappearing are specifically women who have come here.
Really?
Yes.
That makes a sort of sense. The women coming here are women who are having problems having children. This isn't a last resort, the Shrine of the Blue Goat, but it is a resort that people with a more stable home life with their new marriage wouldn't really turn to first.
But the women who come here, they seem like the sort who want to have children with their husbands, want to...
They do,
Live
and
them.
they aren't, and that's why they come here.
Exactly. So
And that would add a lot of stress in the home life. I don't mean to gossip about individual families, but for a new bride, the mother-in-law is a nightmare. I've had more than one. I've heard many stories about it. It's common knowledge. My own mother told me stories when I was young about it. The mother-in-law is an unending fiery dragon until the first sun comes, and then the new bride is treated less like a slave and more like a member of the family. So that's normal Colombian marriage situations. Increase that factor for someone who's part of the Zhenzai caste, which is where we get most of our patrons who come for the actual full services. It's just an economic thing. And then on top of them having troubles having kids, you can sort of see where this might be the point where they'll have a fit of hysteria over the situation and maybe lose themselves. A lot of the brides have come back, though, and they've been in fugue states, I've heard. So it's likely that they just had a fit of hysteria.
should we tell him?
He doesn't know.
So,
It's interesting.
so we should tell him.
Yeah.
It's the...
He looks so concerned. For the listeners, Devin's face looked so concerned.
You should tell him, you're the father.
So, our goat friend here, Azazel, he can sense the lineage of any man, woman, or child. One of the women we found...
every child is a man or a woman, so...
Well, no, they're...
It's
Man or
fine,
woman
we'll-
implies adult, but anyhow.
One of the women we found, her child is yours.
What are you implying?
And the thing is, we know for a fact that you have not laid with this woman.
And she's lain with no one but her husband. However,
At least physically.
somehow her child is yours.
What are you saying?
Perhaps it is the ritual that's doing it, the rituals you perform, perhaps it is the temple itself, but something is causing this, well, at least this child, I assume it would
I
be the
assume
others.
the others are also like this.
Or it could be the other priests. It could be this entire...
Isn't that they aren't all necessarily yours, to be fair. We don't know what's causing it exactly, but it's been the cause of these storms.
How could that be?
It senses the infidelity. Even if it's not intentional, even if no one understands it or knows, it's still infidelity.
Then why are they running away?
They say
Because they're saying...
an order from heaven told them to. They sense it. And
The
they
altar
flee.
is trying to purge the city of the influence.
Oh no.
That laugh wasn't in character, obviously. Do you know what could possibly have caused this? We know something of the fertility rituals that are traditionally used here, and we couldn't find anything that...
That's because the ones I'm familiar with are a little heretical.
Oh. Do tell.
You have to understand, this is not...
It's very clear, yes. I actually can tell that you were not aware of what was doing this.
Yeah, there's obviously no malice here. We're not...
Yes.
You have to understand about, like, you know, but you two have to understand that there's certain stigmas in Dulumbai, certain mindsets that are a little more closed about the nature of childbirth and conception. And sometimes it's not the bride's fault
Oh, they
that
can't get it
a
out.
child hasn't been produced.
I love how wary he wasn't saying that. Whereas we're just like, yeah. But he was like, if I said this to anyone else.
Right?
This is like
What is
whiskey
Dubai?
dick. We get it.
I don't know if that's what he means, though. 'Cause
Either way,
presumably they've been-
infertility.
Yeah.
Yeah, impotence, infertility, all of these things. So I came across certain scriptures that talked about these problems, and I started to covertly implement them in the rituals we do. It was very simple. The husbands usually come back here to meet with me.
with the husband.
Easiest time to slip what I do into the regiment.
You save them from shame.
No one has
Because it
to
never
know.
comes up. Oh.
This is a disaster.
But it's just chi correction. It's certain teas and herbs I use along with some just Taoist chakra realignment. You know, to correct the impotency.
It's got to be something more than that, is it?
Would we be able to review these? Do you have the scriptures?
He goes to the bas relief of the blue goat and kind of just like moves some like stonework aside and takes out some scrolls. They're written in Old Ren, so they're a little harder to decipher.
I see. Well, I assume I speak that.
You have knowledge. You have knowledge.
I'm also specifically have a fact about this.
This entire scripture, which you can very well see, he thought it was a treatise on dealing with male impotency. It is actually a black heresy document on stealing the virility from another man, like draining all of his semen out of him magically and replacing it with your own. So when he porks his wife, he gives birth to your kid, and he goes to hell when he dies, and you've usurped his family as the patriarch of the family.
So I'm like reading this, my face is getting further and further horrified. Like, oh,
it's basically a long form assassination, black witch magic doctrine.
Cuckolding magic.
Yeah, the ultra cuck.
Okay, well, these don't do what you thought they did.
I mean, they correct the infertility. That
because they don't realign the father's chi. It drains him of his seed and replaces it with your own.
I'm sorry.
But then that would mean that every single person that's come through the temple in the last year...
Yes.
You don't understand how many men and women come through the Blue Goat Shrine. We're the most popular in Yizhao. We have a commemoration from the regent when he came through here.
Straight down.
Do you keep records?
Yes.
Can you fix it? I turn to Azazel.
Yes.
Okay. Azazel, god of fertility, should be able to correct this. I don't know if that will make the shrine stop, because it might think that it never happened, or it might think it still happened, or I don't know. But it'll at least help the fathers not go to hell. That's fantastic. No one's really done anything wrong here.
You don't understand, though, if... for a woman to commit adultery, which is what the shrine, the heaven is saying has been done, they have to be sold into slavery.
We're not going to let anyone know.
But
We don't-
they'll
we
still... They still need an answer. People need an answer.
No,
Censor.
we do need to find some way to solve this without
Someone
telling
has
them
to
the
be
truth.
to blame.
However, this isn't fair for anyone involved. These women did nothing wrong. Their husbands don't deserve to go to hell. They don't deserve to be slaves. They haven't. The only thing he's can be blamed for is being bad at reading red.
Yeah, and we're not gonna let you be executed or
Should we
whatever
make a
for...
second effigy? Should we make a second effigy?
We could make an effigy of a person and have all the blame on them.
A scapegoat.
But how would we?
How do you articulate the blame?
Have them be a Rakteen infiltrator.
What were they trying to do?
I mean-
though, because this is a huge conspiracy that had to have been at least 100 people, is what we were hearing.
For the record, with the amount of people the Blue Goat gets in, I did some quick math in the year he's been here. It's about 3,000 couples.
Jesus.
I mean,
Did he just do it on every single person instead of just the men who were infertile?
I mean, once it started working, yeah.
And there's really there was no reason for him not to be fair. Like, he doesn't know, like, you won't actually know if it's the wife or the husband's infertility that's the problem. The husband's isn't going to know that even himself. Like, it's not necessarily impotence. It's
Like,
just
they have
it doesn't
12
work.
cells to stay the night over, and they're not always full, but it comes and goes.
Oh my god.
uh,
So we can peacefully resolve this by just visiting everybody. We will just visit every single one of them.
fertility fix.
How are we going to do that without it being suspicious?
The problem is you need to punish the wives or make them leave.
Why don't we fuck with the shrine?
Yeah, we were going to shut it down.
No, we don't need to shut it down. We can fuck with it so it ignores this. Can we do that? You're a craftsman.
But all those children are still my children, which means the fathers will definitely go to hell.
Well, no, we're going to fix that as well.
And fertility miracle done.
For the scope of this, it's a little more the fertility miracle because we've changed things.
Ah.
It's a dominion change,
So we should...
which is totally doable You don't need enough certain amount of dominion. All you need to do is attune to or shut down the altar, and then you can dominion away this problem.
We still want to shut it down though because the upright is still something we don't like.
It occurs to you now that if the upright, if people were mass-produced upright, Abafu couldn't be affected. No one would figure this out. That plan would not have worked. The mosquito doctrine isn't something that's detectable.
Yeah. So we need to.
Well, we can change the altar to make it strike those from the records, not do the uprights, and remove all the negative things while still protecting the city in general.
Remove everything but the shield. Do you think we could do that?
Yeah, I would need a shard, but I think they're repurpose what we have.
Exactly.
Okay.
But someone has to be to blame.
We will figure out something. How shall we? Because just one person doing something isn't of this scale. People will know that that's a lie. It could be a rack. We have to be careful too. We have to present someone physically. Otherwise, they're going to just kill any racktime they see.
I could probably resurrect enough people without souls to have a full conspiracy going on. Execute them. And you can bullshit a story.
Yes, I definitely can.
A believable story.
Ooh, how about we can have in the tunnels some breeding ground for ragtime monsters.
That would shine a light on the women who have been here.
And the Shrine of the Blue Goat.
And we don't want that. No one.
If people look too close to the Shrine of the Blue Goat, things will start to match up.
And then it's curtains for all of us.
Yes. Definitely, though, if we have some kind of because there are cellars in the city, there's things like that. Something along those lines where they were planning on breeding monsters from within so that they can attack from within, because they can't attack from without because of the shield. That might work. Or they were trying to attack or kill the prince and stuff like that.
Needs to be lost in betrayal, so breeding in secret.
It doesn't need to be that. Did the prince tell that to anyone?
If he starts to well, then again, we're taking him away.
Yeah, that's fine. So, it's fine if the prince knows, but he may have told other people. I think he told the censor.
Out of character, if you present to the governor that the prince was incompetent and read it wrong.
Oh.
That's actually really fair. That is totally believable. Okay, so ragtime spies in the city trying to
mind control the women to leave the city because they were leaving. They're casting the full good spells on them.
Why were they trying to do that?
So they can take them off for experiments. Because ragtime Confederates do that.
They do that, don't they?
Like a Pied Piper.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Will
They were
this leave
seducing
any
the
kind
women
of
away.
Will this leave any kind of taint on the women? I don't think so.
No,
No,
they were
they're
the
pure,
victims.
innocent woman being lured off
by the foreigner.
foreigners.
This works.
Witch alchemists from the Black Reaches.
They were lured by the breaker of chains, and now
We don't have any evidence of that guy. I burned him to a crisp.
our horsemen are gonna go and destroy the village.
He doesn't know anything about this, but yeah, because you're gonna have a bunch of out of character. You're gonna have a bunch of raiders with
Chains.
iconography all
Cultists.
over them.
Yeah, we don't need the body because we
This
defeated
is perfect, and we have already defeated him.
Ooh, the saint.
We defeated him by accident,
saint could
and then
be-
we had a witness.
And they could be
The
the
woman,
agent of the saint.
the lady.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
Lan.
She was there when it happened.
So we'll just tell her we pieced it together and attacked him because he seduced you here and married you to make you his devil bride.
Oh.
We're going to make her forget that.
Yeah.
We need to make her forget that. Okay, but this is the thing.
Oh my god, I just did some quick math.
Yeah.
He, because if you assume that each family was 2 people,
Yep.
he has affected 4% of the city's population.
Holy shit, no wonder the shrine's freaking out. It's like, what? How is nobody figuring this out?
Out of the 100,000 people here, he has corrupted 4% of the population.
Jesus.
I mean, if it's like 4%, that's almost the amount of Junzai in the city.
Yeah.
Usually 5%.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This seems like a good story, right? Like we have a good narrative going here.
It seems comprehensive. who will be the face? No, of the blame.
We killed him. The raiders.
No, but someone needs to be in the city, so we'll make some fake effigy. Who do we want to throw under the bus?
Because heaven is mad at Yichao
Yes.
for stuff being done in Yichao.
It needs
So
to be a
there's a-
Junzai.
Does need to. No, because he was influencing the Junjai women to run away. Couldn't that have been the thing?
Women are in Junzai.
Hmm?
Women are in Junzai. Only men.
Do they count?
Someone in a position of authority has to be conspiring against the city for heaven to be this furious. If the pattern maps.
Who do you want to blame?
Who could we convince to leave the city so they're not lynched and have a replacement taken in their place? I'm not too keen on having someone framed for this.
Exactly. Even if we do convince someone to have
Well-
their doppelganger killed,
We don't want
they're
to lynch the fake prince, do we?
no, exactly. The prince needs to be here anyways. We
That'd
don't
be-
want that.
That's scandal that would go way too high above our
Yeah.
heads right now.
But no, if it's even if we get someone to have their doppelganger killed, it still ruins them. They would have to assume a whole new personality, and the prince is the only one we know that would be cooperative with that. Well, I could convince someone to be cooperative with it, but
Who do we know that's terrible?
Mother Fuhan, but she's not. She's
Say.
Shiren, and
Yeah.
she couldn't. Well, no, her husband's also Shiren. Who do we know that's in the
Prince and the governor, and that's about...
And we like those ones.
We tolerate them.
Yeah. Because you can't really blame the censor because he came here too late.
Well, there's tons of Jinjai in the city.
Yeah.
We just pick one that's not one of the named NPCs in the fucking module.
Ooh, you probably could go in, add some people to the record, make some people remember that, oh, there's Junzai here or whatever. And
That has too many plot holes. We'll just take a real person.
What if someone died in the last storm? That hasn't been accounted for yet.
ooh. You have them, but their bodies, so yeah.
That hasn't been accounted for yet. That way there's no evidence of them ever being dead.
Or they died in this...
And then,
If it's one person, what about the conspiracy? There needs to be more than one person.
But they're mind controlling all these women to leave and stuff. Isn't that big enough?
and all the chained men.
And all the they're not in the city. They don't count. But if this person is mind controlling so many women to run away,
Out of character, do you want to bring this to the governor? Or to the prince and try to workshop with them on this?
The governor seems like the type who'd be like,
Who'd want to bury this and not get blamed?
also we have the sheet so that, because it would be his fault, so we could be like, yeah, we know. Let's bring it to him, and he can solve it, and also give us what we want, because
Yes.
it's blackmail, but not really. The implication is there.
yes, actually, this helps a lot because, yeah,
The implication.
right? He's the guy that appointed this guy here, so he's not going to want to.
And the censor was hot on the trail of framing him for it on the orders of what's her name.
And we can make the guy, hey, who are your political enemies? Let's get rid of them in one fell swoop. Like, here, have this bone from us.
So yeah, this sounds like the thing to do. Take it to the governor and be like,
Aye. We
All
know
right.
everything.
Well, when you get back, we'll scene swipe to the fucking governor. So in a scene swipe, you call the governor to meeting. And yeah, you're sitting down, and he's there, and all right, it's been a week. What have you found?
We have solved the issue.
Truly.
Well, we figured it out.
we figured
That's
out
what
the
I
issue.
meant. We
and
solved the puzzle, is what I meant.
You need to be a part of the solution, because it is.
Beyond.
Also, I guess the abbot's here, because
Oh, you brought the abbot here?
that's probably for the best, so he can explain his innocence as well. So, should we just scene swipe through us explaining?
No, actually, no.
our-
I think,
Sorry,
I think what you explain is important.
Yeah.
Paused also.
no.
No, not actually pause, but pause the scene.
Sidebar.
We shouldn't bring the abbot, so he doesn't know what plans we do exactly to cover it up.
Oh yeah,
Like-
fair point.
Because then the governor might need to get him rid of him, and the priest will probably know, this person was blamed. I know that that's not the guy that did it, but still, He might feel guilty about that, but I'm sure he'll live with himself.
I survived. Good.
Well, not only him, but he saved all these fucking women from going to hell by not tattling, so keep it to your fucking self.
I mean,
Yes.
they wouldn't be going to hell because they still have
Well, the husbands would be going to hell, but I mean, the
That's
wives would be
the
going
fix.
to prison.
Yeah, prison.
Or slaves.
Slavery.
All right, so I think we should top this off or begin it with the fact that the censor is attempting to find a way to frame you for all this.
That. Yes.
In particular, he was looking for this folder, this file, dictating that you hired on or approved the abbot of the Blue Goat Temple.
A year ago.
Yes, the abbot's not here, right?
No.
No.
Yes, the abbot was transferred over as steward of the Blue Goat, as per normal. Nothing strange about that. He's lying.
What do you mean?
He's lying.
No, I know. That was in character. I would just like to point out this time that I can tell when you're lying.
And
You were just lying.
I took the right amount of bribes from him to let him be appointed above his other successors.
Fair. Okay.
Oh, huh. You didn't mention that.
Yeah, it didn't come up really. Oh, and I bribed a dude so I could be in charge of this temple.
Minor transgression.
A year ago, around the time these storms started up.
This is very much tied into what the issue is. You see,
The abbot was very unorthodox in his method. At least some of them.
So he was attempting to tackle the issue of male infertility.
That's impossible. Males can't be infertile.
Oh, honey.
Wanna find out?
he was applying a fertility method different than the traditional ones. He had misinterpreted an old text. He thought that he was helping. He was not helping. He had misinterpreted it in the most horrible ways and made it so that the children that were being born were not the children of the fathers.
He was
All right.
fathering literally all of these children, which
Shrine of the Blue Goat is popular. He must have fathered at least 2,000.
We have a
Children.
number around 3,000 at this point.
All right, so Abbott, that makes sense. Abbott foos the person. We'll have him killed.
It was not his fault.
And the women sold into slavery and exiled.
Exactly. And then also this will fall on your head because you're the one that appointed him.
Because I took all those bribes.
Yes.
yeah.
Damn it.
And also, these women had no idea, and neither did he. So it's neither of them were doing anything wrong. It was just a mistake.
But more importantly, this will all fall on you.
More importantly for you, yes. We have a basic solution.
All right.
Azazel here, if he has access to go over the wards, can make it so the children are now the children of their mother's husband. He can fix that. No one needs to know about this. We can fix all of it. The women don't know. The husbands don't know. The abbot's the only one that does at this point. No, sorry. I want to rewind that sentence. I don't want to have said that.
Okay.
But yes. So this issue can go away. It's not what caused the problem.
All right.
We are going to say that there was a Ractine spy situated among the Jinzai that were luring these poor women away, making all these brides run away from their husbands in order to be having experiments done on them by the Ractine Confederacy.
Mind controlling them. You'll know them from the raiders outside the gates. Your friend among the horsemen will be able to tell you this, that there are men out there with chains tattooed on their flesh.
That raid that he wanted approval for,
Yes.
The breaker of chains.
that I was trying to push through, despite the Regency not wanting to put the money in.
And we know for a fact that there's a village by the border that was housing a fake god that was breaking all these chains. We dealt with him, so the raid will go smoothly. And then at the
So-
same time, we could say, hey, we fixed the problem. We can make the altar stop punishing everybody, so it'll line up.
So all we need to do is find someone who is the ragtime spy mind controlling these women.
Yeah.
It has to be someone of suitable power within the city that the shrine would take such offense to them doing this to so many women.
Yeah, it's going to be a large scale.
That's exactly what that fucking prince said it would have been. Someone working with the Patrians or the Ragtime or the Uncreated.
Yeah.
Selling out innocent brides on their wedding nights, or however you want to phrase it, to the Ragtime and their brood masters.
Precisely.
You see that enough scapegoats to make this everything add up.
And then all of us come out of here looking clean. Better than clean. We look like we were on top of this.
Also doesn't hurt that it screws over the people that were trying to frame you.
The only thing we're lacking are scapegoats. But
We don't
you
know
probably
that.
have enough.
Yes, we don't know the situation well enough. We don't know the people.
There are enough people on Fu Han's payroll that we could push them onto this.
Well, it is corruption.
And we could fix the altar so it stops making the storms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our friend here just
Yeah.
needs to have access.
So it sounds like the first thing that needs to happen is you need to fix it so the storms aren't doing this anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we need to.
And then we can
Before
fix the
next
lineage
storm,
afterwards.
Yes. Before the next storm, we need to have the culprits rounded up and dealt
Polished.
with.
A confession would probably work, which I assume one of us can handle.
I could, yes.
The censor will want to interrogate them.
I can make them so that they believe it.
Will it withstand his charisma?
I'm not sure. I
Censor's
don't.
competent.
He's very competent, but I can make the person believe that this is true.
He's where things fall apart, because if he figures this out,
I mean, if the storms stop and we'll have the culprits, then I think that's proof enough.
We could also have it so that
Or we can give them money.
we could also say that when we found them, whoever found them, whether us or whether your people executed them,
they resisted.
they resisted.
Or they've been puppeted and they don't know it.
The censor doesn't have any beef with me. It's Han that's paying him off. I can't pay him off, though, without incriminating myself in the very thing that he would have put on me.
Is there a way we can sabotage Han so she's no longer paying him?
Han isn't important. The censor is important. We need a way to have him on our side on this.
There's no way to implicate him in anything.
Should we make it now their effigy?
I don't believe there's. We don't have the money to bribe him. And
I mean,
once again, that would make us look guilty if we tried to bribe him.
It doesn't matter what we look like as long as we can get him on our side for this story.
Man understands money. He's being bribed just to do this, so
The only reason he's trying to frame me is he's being bribed.
But on the other hand,
I mean, it's
he
just
had proof. Whereas with this, he will know for a fact that it's a lie then.
I don't think he cares.
Does he
As long
though?
as
He's
the
a
stop-
very competent censor.
As long as the storms stop and he has the money, I don't think he cares.
If he is that corrupt, that's fine. I just want to know what
Oh, he is corrupt.
He is that corrupt that he will just let it go?
He needs something out of it. It needs to be a feather in his cap.
We can say that he...
But I'd be very unwilling to let him have credit for this.
Okay.
we all kind of need that credit.
Yes.
How do we cut him out?
The only way I can think is have the criminals be executed before he has a chance to question them. But that might be suspicious unless we have a reason for him to go away for a while.
Maybe we could find something that he was trying to cover it up towards the end.
We don't necessarily want to implicate him either. He's a favorite of the regent.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
We just want to make him not be able to question the people because he'll be able to find out the truth.
More so if we can get him to support our claims here.
Yes.
What is he like? What other ways are there to him other than money?
Money.
Money.
I could make him... I don't know if I can make him believe things. He has a strong pull. I don't know if he can resist mine.
There is one thing.
What?
This might... Beautiful Sage Faye has been trying to meet with him. She's enamored with his station.
Oh.
And isn't aware of how corrupt he is.
Arrange a marriage.
That's one way to go about it. But she's not aware of the danger he poses to himself if we could get the upright to lynch him.
Ooh.
And it would be on Sage Faye for bringing him into the Mulberry District.
She seems naive. I'm not sure if I'm okay with her being implicated in this.
Well, no, not an implication. More, she doesn't realize that he is corrupt. So she might want to meet him in that area.
Exactly.
And then it just so happens that he is corrupt, so he will get lynched. And that's not her fault. Really, it's not her
She
fault.
has nothing to do with the case. She's not to blame for anything, but she'd be the vector through which we could get him out of the picture.
And she wouldn't be hurt either. I don't believe she would stop the upright if they did something. She very much believes in the pattern.
How do we get the censor in the Mulberry District?
A lovely letter.
No. He's savvy. He would need evidence. And Sage Faye would have to be delivering it to him.
Can we play his positive traits up to her to the point where her...
I mean, if
No, she doesn't know. She's already enamored. But if you were to reach out to Faye and spin her a different story about the evidence you have,
I mean,
she could then reach out to the censor, lure him in.
Fair.
has there been anything of importance in the Mulberry District about a year ago, so we can give that piece of information to, even if it falls into Censor's hand, it'll steer him away from what's going on?
Say it's the easiest way to get him into the Mulberry District. He's been avoiding her, and he might not realize how dangerous the upright are. So, I'm sure you're smart enough to put together a way to get Faye to get him to the Mulberry District. Now we need to figure out a way to get him to show his corruption when the upright are around.
Give her fake evidence. That will make her so... feel that...
Give her real evidence.
Jesus Christ!
Give her the evidence about the fertility treatments. The male ones. Have him confirm that they exist out loud.
She'd know better than to... she'd know better than to just reveal it to anyone. She'd want to reveal this
Give
just to him.
confidence to him.
Somewhere where no one can overhear.
If they're upright around and they hear him talking about these things being real and existing...
She's smart enough to go around the bush. He might not.
Maybe the princess is already in the district.
What?
The prince isn't upright.
I don't know, but he's around in the district.
We don't want him involved, though, because then he might get lynched. Because he is not...
We might say that the prince cannot leave because the governor locked him in the district.
The prince is irrelevant to this, it sounds like.
But why would the sage want to give the things in the district? If the sage has to go to the district with him to meet the prince because the prince is locked in to give the evidence, they'll have the evidence in hand in the district and they'll have to leave with it in hand.
You have Faye give the information to the censor. They talk about it, and then when Faye leaves, or even when Faye is there and giving the information, you kill the censor, change some of the upright to think that they did it, change Faye to make it think that the upright did it, it all clicks into place.
Make her feel that the Mulberry District is the only place she can tell him without having anyone else over here.
I think you make enough compulsion.
Yes.
Make her believe that.
You're a scholar of the Academy of Thought.
Yes.
That nobody will be spying on them in the district.
Exactly.
We kill the censor.
If one person has to
And
die...
then you make me forget about it.
I like the way you think.
I mean, you could pretend to be Faye, you've got your deception.
We don't even need the real Faye!
And then make her just believe
He's
that.
very savvy, though.
We don't want to fuck this up. I'll be frank. If I have to put an arrow through his neck...
No. The censor needs to think the person talking to them believes what they're saying. You need the real Faye, but you just change what the real Faye thinks like.
Yeah.
With your Academy of Thought magic. We get everything into motion, we kill the censor, you make me forget that I was a part of this conspiracy, you bring this all to me again, clicks into place.
That's
You're none the
actually...
wiser.
An unfortunate accident with the upright, further pushing us to have to modify this, have the Thousand Gods deity come in and modify it.
They killed the censor, who
The
was a
favored
good friend.
censor.
Yeah, he was the favored censor. This would make everything justified if we even pack away the shrine.
That is getting too dangerous. That
Well,
it's-
we need the wards up.
Yeah, that is
so as
true.
long as you can fix the problem with the upright and the storms, it doesn't matter. We
Yeah.
can keep the shrine around.
Yes. Oh, this is perfect. Yes, we'll make you forget about bring him the evidence again.
And then no one could check me.
Yeah. Okay, this is perfect.
Yeah, let's.
We were
get
supposed
this
to
in
meet with
motion.
Faye anyways.
You
I-
were.
A week ago.
I mean, you could just, use your clock so it never happened.
My what?
Your watch.
Oh, 15 minutes ago? How long has this been?
About that, like less than that, probably even.
Oh, okay. Do we need you for anything else?
No.
We're going to reverse this, and this never actually will have happened.
Say anything you want now.
That should all line up. That tracks.
Perfect. And then Grant reaches over, pushes a cup off the table, a vase, an expensive vase, knocks it off the table, lets it smash, and then activates the clock.
All right. So your plan is now you're undoing talking to this guy. Your plan is to mind control Sage Faye to make her convinced that she has to tell this guy this information and go to the Mulberry District. He'll go to the Mulberry District, where you guys will just stab him over and over again, spies and thieves style.
I don't think he's a fighting character.
No,
It'll be fine.
You're really not.
I'll move.
Then you'll mind wipe Faye.
Or we could make her talk about, make him read the scrolls.
No, that's way too complicated. This is much easier. So then you mind wipe Faye to make her think that a bunch of upright killed him, and then you change a bunch of upright to make them think that they did it, and they'll confess to their crimes of killing this high
They
censor.
will, because they're perfect citizens. They will confess.
And nobody's going to blame them, because it's like, oh, they're perfect citizens. This is what they do.
This is exactly what they do. And then you'll bring the evidence back up to the governor, and it'll all click together.
Why did they kill the...
He admitted he knew about the fertility treatments.
But we can't have that be the real story we tell people.
Then you'll convince the governor to alter Faye's mind about, again, without him knowing that you've done this all before, so that she doesn't talk about the fertility treatments. Or you somehow
we can
convince
just
Faye to
we can
be
just make
quiet.
it seem that he said something uncouth. Or...
Yeah, we just need to figure out what he said, is what I'm saying. Before we do it, we just need to figure
I
out what
think
the
with
story
your
is.
skill set, you could set up a convincing lie. You have the word of deception.
We'll put
You
a
can
gun
make
in.
you can make a pervasive and strong case for why the upright murdered him.
Yes.
Like it was something so searing and awful that that's what happened.
Okay, so we revert 15 minutes, having not talked with this guy. We just came in, sat down, got up again.
Came and sat down. It's like, we are currently on the way to solving it and whatnot. It'll take about another day or two, but we have a solution, but we
Yes.
can't talk about it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he's like, why didn't you just send a messenger?
Well, because in person is the most appropriate way for this delicate matter.
Mhm. And then we leave.
And then a day or two later, you'll basically kill off the censor, pin it on the upright, and then you'll explain to him that you've solved the Storms of Yizhao problem. The whole thing just
Yes.
falls into
Yeah.
place, right?
With only one casualty. And it's like...
And fuck that guy.
He was
taking
super
bribes.
corrupt.
Yeah.
This works. This is perfect.
Because then you bring up all the information again, and you can fix the altar.
Yeah.
You
So that
see
it doesn't
time with
become
it.
right. Yeah. Well, we'll be able to bring it in, like, see what happened. Why don't we just... We can change it so that it no longer turns people into uprights, since they're so dangerous.
And eventually they'll just die off.
Yeah, exactly.
So the wards stay, there are no more upright to be made, and you cut out that little fertility part of the shrine, so it stops bothering about it.
We fix all the kids, so they're actually the...
Peter can throw out that fertility to change them all.
So they don't... The parents don't go to hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Fathers.
And Abifu doesn't have to leave.
Yeah.
Because you fixed the shrine.
I'm going to excision of knowledge that pattern thing he was doing.
What,
Oh yeah, he'll agree to that.
Yeah, I'm going to wipe it from his mind. He doesn't want it, but,
just in case.
just in case. I don't want anyone trying to figure this out in the future or him to know about
He
it.
starts sleep ritualing.
Right? It's like, no, I'm going to erase this from your mind.
That makes sense. And then you pin the entire... So you pin this on a Racktine conspiracy from that Breaker of Chains god in the Racktine area, trying to lure women away, which he already did with Lan. Like, he lured her there, and then you were able to save her, rescue her from being imprisoned. The Tobin horseman already went in, did the thing, do the raid without permission, which turns out to have been a huge component in solving the problem. Like, everything falls into place, way convenient-like.
Yeah.
They killed all the other cultists who could have gotten away, and and we only mildly exacerbated the war between the Levi and the Racktine Confederacy.
That's
Deception, knowledge, artifice, all this stuff plays in well.
Yeah.
artifice and fertility.
And then we make the effigy of the prince, whatever.
And then you send him to Canada so he can be a movie star.
Yes.
And he finds out that it's like, oh, they're not constantly doing kung fu here.
You don't know.
He'll become a movie star anyways. Like, he'll just go into movies and be like play that kind of Chinese, like, cheesy kung fu movie guy.
5 years
Chinese
later,
sidekick.
it just cuts to him in a Tim Hortons serving coffee.
You might want to change his features, maybe.
Probably have to give him a new identity.
Yeah, so he doesn't look like a...
It's like, I'm here to do high concept movies like Citizen Kane or Seven or Jack and Jill.
So yeah, I think we did it.
We did it.
I think this is a resolution to the Storms of Yizhao.
Yeah, that worked out really well. Trying to think of this. Oh, I also want to rescue Fuhan's husband. Straight up, I'm doing that.
He's yours now?
He's mine now. I'm helping him.
I mean, you could probably implicate her in this conspiracy as well to take her away, and the poor husband has to remarry.
Push her down some stairs, and it's okay.
Does anybody do anything with beautiful Sage Faye?
She's fine. She's probably cranky that we're making no uprights anymore.
She's pissed about that.
She can't do anything about it. So
Yeah, it's her
That's
station in
censor.
life. She's stuck with that. I don't know.
And the censor was corrupt, so she feels like a total asshole now.
Oh man, now I feel bad for her.
Well, now she can take care of the rest of the uprights and just...
Yeah, it's basically going to become her thing, is, leading the upright and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose I'd throw some, like, good word her way, like...
Cards on the table, you could use knowledge to undo the upright thing.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to do so.
Yeah, if you guys spend enough time in each chat, you can just un-upright most of these people.
Yeah, I'm really doing that because this upright thing is horrible and mind control, and they didn't used to be Chinese. Like, this is so fucked up.
Just rubbing that in her face. She's like, no! And you're just...
The poor Say, just a single tear.
Sorry, beautiful Sage Faye. You're pretty and would have been the perfect wife. But you believe in shit. So yeah, I will fix the upright. We're gonna stay here for a while, and
you guys nest in town.
Yeah.
Probably have a pretty good following in town actually with the upright we just saved and like. Yeah.
Look at the black gold shrine.
Grant's having his shrine built here now that he's officially a sanctioned deity. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all sanctioned deities. Abbott Food really like it if you could help with the fertility treatment stuff.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
definitely.
Because he's a fertility god.
He's a literal god of fertility.
Right.
What would you like in your child? What features? What color of eyes? Done.
He's like, oh, okay. I really, if you're that ridic about it, they could probably convert the Shrine of the Blue Goat into your thing.
Pretty much.
Where it's like a service where they mail you the instructions. You're like, this will be what your child is. Boop, and pregnant.
Jesus.
It's that easy. Not even effort.
Everything's easy when you're a god. So you all get your cults. You all are basically now based out of Yizhao. You dealt with all the problems. And the wards are there, and you get to attune to them, because that has to happen for a lot of things. And the governor gets permission, and you guys dealt with the Storms of Yizhao. So the wards are still there fucking up anyone else trying to encroach on your shit. But you're here.
Making everything better.
Yeah. And
I mean,
the
you're
governor...
probably going to go back to your town.
Oh, yeah, probably. Like, eventually, but it's like, I can just build up stuff here. And eventually, he just wants to be a god in Dolanby, like an official death god, so...
I think that wraps it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That went better than expected.
Yeah, I did not see that solution coming.
Right?
Like, it works out really well.
Like when I actually saw my hand on the table because it just sprung to mind to, like, you know, make him admit to something heretical in front of the upright. It's like, that's perfect.
And then we like have to not even bother with that and just say that that's what happened.
It led to the right kind of course of action.
Yeah, I love how he's like, just make me forget about it. I'm like, oh.
Then I have plausible deniability.
So smart.
So much mind control.
Thank you, stopwatch.
Right?
Thank you, mind control.
So yeah, we will
And it's like, oh, he's savvy. It's like, yeah, he was a general. He understands tactics and strategy. Long-term and short-term losses for long-term and short-term gains.
And plausible deniability.
You know, if another fucking guy like this guy showed up to like the censor to interrogate him with, like, you know, words and gifts, get fucked. He doesn't know anything.
The best part, it's
literally
not
never
even
happened.
being mind controlled that fixed it, so they can't even undo it with like god powers or some shit. It's literally, it didn't happen, time was reversed, so it never happened. There's nothing anyone can do.
If he gets savvy that you have time control, then you can just set up meetings that last like 10 minutes where he gets an info dump and gives you answers, and then you undo it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, he just start taking you in as counsel and like getting quick bits of info and giving back how he would react and stuff, and letting you...
Oh shit, yeah. We're super useful for that, because nothing can ever be traced back to him.
Plausible deniability.
So that's probably also something we do to help him rise up the ranks.
I also want to make it so not everyone's so poor here.
Yeah, you could start doing the general us group thing where everyone starts living a better life, and you could probably also start introducing social facts where women aren't treated so garbagey.
That and like the uber taxing of people sucks.
You're attuned to the city, so you can start making
It's
social
like, don't
change
worry, you've got the
happen.
god of artifice that can, you know, make good industry, and the god of fertility that can make, you know, the rices spring up from everywhere.
Yeah, it's shit that Grant already started doing over in the other bit of this, just because he's had 2 levels worth of shit to do that.
Yeah. So, yeah. What do we call this? The Yang version?
The Yang version.
This was the Yang version, which is basically changing Abbot Fu from being a rapist chi vampire to being a chi infertility mosquito. Really fixes a lot of problems with the module, and adds in, well, not problems, but things we had problems with.
Yeah.
And also introduces a new kind of layer of complexity where, how do you solve the issue
When no one's at fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we went over this in a lot of detail in the document, so check that for this. But I like that, because it was an actual puzzle you had to suss out, and if you guys didn't have the right word choices, would have gone to shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that's something you
The
can
fertility is super helpful in this specific case. Holy
Fertility,
shit.
deception.
Right? Yeah, like my words also were definitely super helpful, but I mean, like, specifically, this module deals with fertility being fucked with, so, oh man.
And yeah, like, if we were to run this with a different group of people who are playing Godbound, it would be a totally different scenario, even with the Yang version still there.
Yep.
Because the word selection really makes or breaks it.
Oh yeah.
Even with how to deal with stuff. Like, you guys could have just sided with the censor and gotten rid of the governor.
Yeah.
The governor's not necessary for any of this. Fuck that guy.
He's also not like a super likable dude, so whatever.
No.
Like I find him alright, but he also is making everyone super poor because he's mad.
He's
about
really
the war.
contributing to the human misery in Yizhao, but you can
Right.
work with him.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that invited you here in the first place, so...
Yeah.
And I think anyone who was in charge would probably be contributing to the human misery, because they don't seem to get it.
It's hard not to contribute to human misery when your entire political system is built on corruption and bribery.
Exactly. It's just that forget it. It's Chinatown.
The purpose for his corruption and bribery and all that shit was to contribute to the war effort because he's a patriot. So at least his human suffering came from a source of actual kind of nobility. Fucking Censor the Yang just wanted some fucking money.
Yeah.
Skrilla.
Exactly. Scripts.
You know what you guys never encounter in the other times we've done this?
What?
The cultural heroes. There's like 5 dudes that are like heroic mortals in here that have gifts and combat abilities and like cursing and stuff that show up if you start fucking with shit. Including a dude who if you try to raid the silver shipment, he's called Red Typhoon or whatever, and he's a big nightmare. He's the roughest thing in the module, I think, next to the maid god, or next to the parasite god.
He's might bound, I think.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like if you just decide to be dickholes, well then you're gonna have a problem. But because we're so
upright,
we're so diplomatic about everything, that never came up.
It's like, what, I'm gonna start shooting people?
Right?
yes, I'm gonna go and steal the shipment of silver, where I can just make up, a pure block of silver with artifice.
Yeah, Red Typhoon. He has 10 hit dice, 2 attacks at +10, and does 1d10 +5 damage.
So.
And has Shattering Hand and Cutting the Crimson Road bound.
Oh no.
So tear him down in one turn, or you're fucked.
Yeah, he'll fucking destroy you. There's even an assassin who has Deception and Night Gifts bound.
Oh, wow.
Seamstress Bow. Yeah, there's like these little cultural heroes. They don't come up.
Yeah.
I can bring them up.
One thing I liked when we were first playing it was the little situation where we found the boy that was in the shackles and you felt bad for him, you bought him, and then we had to deal with the mobster guy.
Right?
To sell
Yeah.
you.
That was a nice little organic thing.
Yeah, the daughter. And
Random events. We got different ones this time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the whole point of these kind of modules.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's not set.
I assume if those people still exist in town, so I mean, it probably happened after we finished the game. I probably was like,
it was like the first time that we played it was so nice, and unfortunately we removed the whole episode.
Well, yeah, like it didn't happen again because it wasn't organic. Like it wasn't just something that just naturally came about. If we were to do that again, it would just be us copying what we did last time, and it defeats kind of the purpose of it, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think we had some good moments. I think this whole little module went well, and I really like the change-ups because it was a nice little situation you had to kind of untangle.
yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I think we're at a wrap then. So I was Devin, the GM,
Nicole.
Kevin?
And Peter.
and this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.